Do you feel like you just simply cannot compete with big sellers? It seems like it's hard. It's getting harder and harder as the marketplace is getting more saturated. Thrifting is charging more. Our margins are getting slower. This year is just really, really hard. And then you throw in these big sellers that just kind of have a grasp on the marketplace, and we just can't really compete. So today's video, friends, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 things that you can do right now to compete with large sellers selling on eBay. And the first thing, before we get into the 3 things that you can do, I just want to talk a little bit about, does eBay prefer bigger sellers? And I've done a couple of videos on this, but I just want to at the high level say no, with an exception, right? So at the end of the day, what does eBay want? eBay wants to make money. If our items sell, they make money. That's their ultimate goal. Now, do bigger buyers sell more and make eBay more money? Then yes, they do. So they favor them in the fact that they just have more items, but that does not put them at a disservice to us. They have said they're top rated. Once you become a top rated seller, you get a little bit more impressions, but it's not necessarily eBay favoring top sellers. It's top sellers just being better sellers and having more items available or having better quality items because they know what they're doing. They're just better, which ultimately makes buyers want to buy from them, which ultimately triggers the algorithm. So does eBay suppress small sellers? I don't believe this. If you are a good small seller, I believe that you can still make money. I am a 6-figure seller. I work part-time hours. I do women's fashion, which is heavily, heavily saturated, and I'm still able to make 6 figures. So I'm going to share 3 things that you guys can be doing to keep up with your business and still make money regardless of big sellers. The first thing that you need to do is pull a listing quality report. I'm going to link a video up here. And the reason that you can the reason this is going to help you is the listing quality report compares you to the top 10%, your quote unquote big sellers. It is telling you exactly what these top sellers are doing. Do what they're doing. If you're not doing what they're doing, then it's not because eBay doesn't like you. It's because they're better sellers than you. No offense, Tate, or I don't mean to be offensive, but if you're not doing what these top 10% of sellers are doing, it's not because eBay's suppressing your items or because they prefer bigger sellers. It's because the bigger sellers are just better at selling. So pull the eBay listing quality report. This is going to compare you. It's going to compare all the different metrics. Make yourself better. Make yourself one of those top 10% of sellers. And I will say, I consider myself kind of a small seller, I guess, because I only have, 2,000 items. I only work part-time hours. I do have virtual assistants, but, I'm not tech sports, right? Or one of these ginormous, huge sellers. I've only been on eBay a couple years. I don't consider myself a big seller. Now, maybe some of you watching are like, oh, Sarah, you are a big seller, but it's just doing what I'm telling you guys to do. I don't have any favoritism from eBay. It's just being the best seller that you can be. I pulled a listing quality report and I am in the top 10%. 2 years ago was I? No, but I worked on improving and making myself a better seller. The second thing that you need to do is become a top-rated seller and really heavily consider becoming top-rated seller plus. This isn't because eBay likes you better, although they did say that they will promote your items. It's because of buyer behavior. It's because the buyers on eBay want these metrics in the top-rated seller and top-rated seller plus categories. eBay creates these programs. eBay creates algorithms because of buyer behavior. They want the buyers happy and coming back to eBay. They want buyers having good experiences on eBay. And if you can provide that, eBay, one, is going to increase your traffic. They have said that if you become a top rated, they are going to give you more traffic. They fully have said that, but you are also going to have more confidence from the buyer. If you have 2 items and two of the same item and one is a top rated seller and one is not a top rated seller, the buyer is going to purchase from the top rated seller, right? And then that goes into top rated seller plus. This is a metrics that you can have on your listings. So consider it does come at a price of free returns. I've done a video, I'll link it up here, about why you should consider doing free returns and how to strategically look at it for your business financially, and then all of the other reasons as well. But that is what the top sellers are doing because that's what buyers want in most categories. Obviously, it's going to depend. And then the last thing that I'm going to say is promote your listings. Once you have, if you are in the top 10% of listing quality report and your listings are the best that they can be, and you're a top rated seller, you're a top rated seller plus, right? That means you are doing all of the things eBay wants you to do. That means that you are a small seller trying to play with the big fish. And what you need to do, especially something like women's fashion that's heavily saturated, if I am just based off of organic traffic, I have a pair of women's jeans. There's 1.6 million pairs of women's jeans for sale on eBay right now. The chances of me selling are slim to none. Promoted listing is now putting my item in front of over 100. I've heard up to 150, but no confirmation. But over 100 different places on eBay. It's getting my items in front of more people. Now, I'm not going to say everyone should do promoted listings. I'm not going to tell you what rate you should do it at. I'm going to link a video up here that is going to walk you through how to set up promoted listings and how to do some A/B testing to figure out what rate is right for you. But this is going to get you in front of people. Now, yes, it's going to come at a cost. Now, in order to make it in the big leagues, you have to play like a big league. And most sellers, especially in women's fashion, I would venture to say most big sellers that are making a lot of money, are promoting their listings. They're getting ahead of the competition. They already have that edge. And yeah, maybe it's not fair, but that's what it is, right? Like if you are at a brick and mortar, the people with promoting the listings and getting out in front of more people are going to make more sales. If you're liking this video, do make sure to like, comment, share, and save. It helps push it out to the algorithm so other people see it as well. And consider joining my memberships to support more content like this. Now let's get back to it. Now, a couple of tips and tricks I would say if you're considering promoted listings, but you're worried about the impact it's going to have on your bottom line, is you not selling items, preserving your bottom line is not getting you any bottom line, right? So if you have 5 items and you're not selling any of them, your bottom line is 0. Right? If you do promoted listings and you have to pay eBay 10%, let's say your item sold for $100, your bottom line now is $90. So yes, you had to give up that 10% to eBay, but you're still ahead of the game by $90. Do you see what I mean? You not paying promoted listings because you don't want to pay the extra fee. If you're not selling items, you're not making any money, right? So if you're worried about your bottom line, try and think about it like that. You're paying to get your items sold, and that may just be the marketplace that we're in right now. And then work on other ways to recover some of that cost. For me, one of the things that I'm doing for promoted listings is I used to run really big sales. Inventory that I had for a while, I would do like a 40% off sale. I'm doing sell similar, so it's like a new item now, but I'm also only doing sales of like 15%. So my items are selling higher and I am making more net sales because at the end of the day, I'm taking some of the percent from these big sales that I was willing to give these items away for 40% off. Instead of that, I'm running less of a sale. I'm making up some of that money and putting it towards promoted listings. So at the end of the day, you can see here, and I'll show you my chart. You can see here at the end of the day, my net sales are still up 16%. Are they up the same amount as my total sales? No, but they are still up. And in this marketplace, any increase, I'm completely ecstatic about. Another way that you can do it, not even on a selling platform, is figure out ways that you can save money in other parts of your business. Maybe you don't need the pink poly mailers anymore. You can just buy the basic white poly mailers for half the cost. Maybe you can work on finding some free shipping supplies. I talk with Anna on my YouTube live. The last couple of weeks we've been talking, and she's going to continue as she moves, but she's working on securing some free shipping supplies, going to other businesses and certain places like that. If you are paying to promote your items, but now you're not paying for shipping supplies, your bottom line overarching your entire business is going to be better. So working on some of that, maybe working on, getting rid of if you have stickers or any of the extra fat that you can trim in your business for the time being, work on maybe doing that. If you're cross-listing to 17 different places, you're not making money on some of them, maybe you consider just staying on eBay. Whatever it is, look at your business and consider places that you can trim the fat so the items that you are buying can actually sell. Thanks for joining.